Okay, we're streaming live. Hello.
Hi,
Hello, hi.
Mira. Hi, Carine.
how are you?
Hello.
Hello, all good?
Hmm?
Good. And you?
All good. Thank you for making the time تكونوا معنا الليلة. thank you لكل يلي they joined this live round table. قبل ما نعرف عنكم لأنه في عنا new joiners على سيرة. I would like to thank you both. أكيد مثل العادة يعني you not only give us your time و expertise للcommunity تبع سيرة بس كمان you help us in spreading awareness on very important topics مثل موضوع الليلة يلي بيهم كل أهل عندهم أولاد، كيف اليوم نقدر نربي أولادنا with a healthy body image وكيف نحن كأهل we can model this healthy body image كمان. This is very important. We have a lot of parents who have joined us tonight. Mira, you're a dietitian and specialized in eating disorders. وكمان you're owner of a very nice clinic. عندها كذا profession وكذا the health quarter عندك كذا اختصاص اشياء يعني رح تعطينا اكثر info when you introduce yourself اكثر. وكارين you're CBT psycho يعني you're specialized in cognitive behavioral therapy. You're كمان very known in this field and also giving us the know-how and the aspect of psychology بكل شيء رح نحكي عنه اليوم. big thank you لوقتكم. I just want 1 minute to explain شو رح يصير الليلة and then you can start reintroducing yourself شوي and then we can kick off our subject. ليالي new joiners على سيرة. It's very easy. اليوم رح نكون live تقريبا ساعة ونص من الوقت. هلأ نحن we're recording so we're live with you. Any question that you have and please make it as interactive as possible. يعني ميرا وكارين اثنيناتهم أصروا إنه تكون very interactive so you can ask us your question through the Q&A. نحن هلأ ما بنقشعكم وما بنسمعكم. You can just chat with us and ask us your questions. So عندكم the option on the app in the Q&A تسألوا سؤالكم and you can ask your questions anonymously تما يبين اسمكم بالrecording. So please do that. And من بعد 40 دقيقة أو 45 دقيقة رح ننقلكم معنا على safe space. رح نخلق a virtual room ننقل كلنا سوا عليها. In this virtual room we don't record. وكلنا سوا as a community as a group عم نحضر الليلة. We will discuss certain cases. فيكم تطلعوا لايف فينا نسمعكم فيكم تحكوا ديريكت مع ميرا وكارين ونحكي ونتشارك خبرتنا بالموضوع تبع الليلة. In the safe space, it's up to you. You can listen in. You can also ask us anonymously. Or you can also participate وتطلعوا live معنا only if you want to. So when it's due time, we'll tell you how. It's very easy also through the app. That's all from my side. Mira, back to you. وهيك تفسرينا شوي what you do ونرجع وكارين كمان ونرجع نبلش بموضوعنا. أنا I'll be monitoring the questions in the meantime.
Okay, great. أنا ميرا تويني, so I'm a dietitian. I'm specialized in preventive cardiology. بس بعد ما جيت على لبنان وبلشت أشتغل وهيك شفت إنه في كتير cases of eating disorders, emotional eating وهيك, so I decided to shift a bit to this type of problems. So I specialize now in eating disorders. هلا حنحكي I have a polyclinic مثل ما قالت Sandra called the health quarters. So we are 16 health professionals. عندنا كتير psychotherapists دون كارين جميل CBT. عندنا psychodynamic, عندنا child psychotherapy, child CBT و play therapy. عندنا doctors وعندنا acupuncture هيك. You can check the website later. I'm not going to take any more of your time. Carine.
Okay. Hello, everyone. First of all, I want to thank Sandra for this opportunity to give us a space to make awareness on mental health and to talk about it. As Sandra said, I'm a clinical psychologist specialized in cognitive behavior therapy. My clinic, I work in the clinic at the health quarter. I do online sessions. Also, I work on eating disorders, self-esteem, anxiety, obsessive compulsive disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, smoking cessation, and on many fields, as you can know, okay? Voilà. So we can begin, Sandra, we will begin with our topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start. وبليز نرجع نذكر الناس انه يسالونا يعني so if you're watching us right now ask us your questions. هيك we make the session interactive. So we're all ears. Go ahead, Mira.
يعني كريم حتبلش.
كريم. Okay.
Okay, the screen is shared.
Yeah.
Carine, you're muted.
Now, it's good?
Yes.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so first of all, what is body image? So body image is how we perceive and feel about our body. It's strongly related to our physical and mental health behavior. So it affects our interpersonal relationships. So it's how we treat also our body. So body image concerns can begin, yes, as early as in preschool, from the age of 4 or 5. Kids at school, for example, can see other kids taller, so they begin to see the diversity that we can see in different bodies and shape. So sometimes body image, and it may have nothing to do with our actual appearance. So like we said, it's how we feel in our body, okay, including our size, shape, and weight. So it has sometimes nothing to do with it. I will make right now the difference between the poor body image and the negative one, okay? So the difference between both of them, of course, is the preoccupation that we give to our appearance. So the negative body image, people tend to be preoccupied by their appearance, but also by calories and weight. In contrast, so we have in the positive body image, so the person is satisfied with their appearance, so they feel good about themselves. The negative body image, of course, it affects the self-esteem, so they have a low self-esteem. It affects also their self-confidence. So like we said, it affects also their self-conscious about how they see and perceive their body. Okay, the positive body image, so they have a high self-esteem, confidence, self-acceptance. They have a healthy lifestyle and a balanced approach to food and physical activity, and they do not worry about calories and weight. Negative people who have a negative body image, so they can develop a mental health disorder, such as depression, eating disorder, anxiety, that I will develop further. What are the symptoms and how it manifests? Okay, so in conclusion, the negative body image have a direct impact on our mental, physical, but also social health. We will begin with the causes of your child's poor body image. What are the causes? First of all, we have the adult negative comments and behaviors. As we know, the more the child is confronted with to negative comments, and the risk will go higher to develop a negative body image. ما لازم ننسى كمان إنه children they see adults as a role model. They see as a person, someone who has the truth. So they tend to listen to every word an adult is saying. They have the knowledge. Okay. What are the behaviors also? رح بلش بالparents. So parents that are paying too much attention at home on their weight and on their diet, children will see this. So children, they are like a sponge. So they absorb everything that they can see and hear. Okay, so they will start also to care about their physical aspects. The second cause is the media. So much of the messaging that kids see is from social media. TV, game videos, social media, magazines. So they are confronted to nowadays to the media, as they define characters that are for them also role models. And superhero, if we can see on video games, they are described and they are described as, and we can see them always as a perfect person with a perfect body. So what is the perfect body? For example, superheroes for boys, they have long legs, thin waist, they have big muscles. Superheroes for women, for example, they are very thin and they have a clothing that reflects a particularly sexualized for the woman. So kids, what they will believe? They will believe that success comes with this perfect body, that a body must have certain standards of beauty. Plus, in the media, we can see the advertising and marketing that they are doing. So when we see advertising, they are coming more and more, and they are repeated unless someone begins to realize that it is something, for example, unrealistic. But kids cannot discern that. So they cannot discern that sometimes what they can see are images, are creatures, and are edited. Okay. Any question?
Not a question, Carine. يمكن هون كمان we're seeing
Yes.
through other that kids خصوصي هلا starting the age of 7, 8, they already have phones. They're already on social media.
Exactly. This is what I said, yes. And so much of the messaging right now, they are very confronted to the phone, like you.
And on social media we're seeing يعني أكيد a lot of you know the images, the filters that are being used, the
Yes.
kind of, and so this is also affecting how they are seeing their body.
Yes, of course. And advertising and what they see on social media is to also, they will nourish their insecurities until they will find a way, like filter, to the urgent need to fix something that for them is not conform إذا بدنا نقول to the perfect body.
But I would like to add something with the filters. The problem is, like, when you do filters and then you see yourself like in the mirror, or then you go out and you see some friends, then you feel very bad because they're going to see that you gained weight since the picture, let's say, or you have your skin is less now and whatever. So I feel like the filters are really being used in the wrong way, and its effect is very, very bad on the body image, definitely.
Of course. Yes, it's something that has many inconvenience more than the advantages.
So يعني what we're understanding from you, Carine, as they are growing up, our kids are always going to be exposed, whether it's at home, whether it's with their friends, whether it's with the I don't know what they're watching, what they're seeing, they're always going to be exposed to messages about body image.
Yes, yes. So this is why after we will see how we can protect and how we can help our kids to develop a high self-esteem, but also confident, and to how to be confident and not affect their body image. Okay. So the third cause of a child's poor body image is friends. So at school, there is a comparison between about the appearance and weight. Also, and I listened very often in my clinic, friends at school, adolescents that share their information about methods on how to modify, for example, their bodies and how to be thin. What are the methods? So, and to fit in a group, this is very important. At school, unfortunately, if you girls, for example, have the tendency, okay, we must all look like the same, to be thin and tall, for example. Okay. Another cause of child's poor body image is the physical changes. And when I talk about physical changes, of course, انتبهتوا عليها هي الادolescent. يعني we cannot not pass through this episode in our lives. So often we hear adolescents that are dissatisfied with the changes that their body goes through. And كمان هون في الكومباريزون يعني كتير موجودة إنه how my friend why in her adolescent she developed this kind of body shape and I am like this, for example. So it will nourish their insecurities. And we know that adolescents are very vulnerable, so they will have the tendency to be easily influenced and to listen to have very strict diets, for example, that can hurt their physical health. Okay, any comment or question about this? Okay. Another one is the excessive positive comments about appearance. And when I say it's excessive, positive comments reinforce positive body image, but excessive positive comments, it can lead to children, for example, to believe that it's their appearance that gives them value. If they hear too much their parents, for example, not only about their body, but if they talk about always about someone, look at this woman, her body is very thin, she's beautiful, يا ريت أنا كمان كنت مثلها, she's perfect, she has the perfect body. So excessive positive comments كمان فيها تأثر بال poor body image. وأكيد الأهم واحدة هي البوليز that are happening at school. And one of the major bases of bullying هي weight related teasing. And كمان to be excluded from group because of their appearance and do not fit in. Okay, so this is all of the main causes of a child poor body image.
يعني يمكن هون كارين حتى كأهل مرات مش بقصدنا الاكسسيف كومنتس يعني وقتها نعطي كتير
exactly هي مش بس انه on your child بس اذا they listen انه this actress is perfect and always having positive comments. اكيد هو بلا قصد يعني main time أكيد منه.
Sandra, I would like to add something about the excessive positive comments. Like, it's not really about this, but usually مثلا eating disorders, people that are anorexic or orthorexic يعني كتير بينتبهوا, they tend to have positive comments. واو شو ضعفانة, برافو, you eat so healthy, نيالك وبرافو كيف بتعملي. This increases a lot the eating disorder, how it evaluates, انه خلص بعدين بتقولي اوكي انه كلهم عم بيلاحظوا ضعفانه فحاعملها زياده رح اروح استفرغ اكثر والبوليميا مثلا. So كمان the positive comments are not always good لانه they're pushing you to do something that's maybe unhealthy. يعني ما بنعرف كيف ضعفتي انه so this is not always a good thing.
We call it in psychology negative reinforcement. So we are reinforcing this kind of behavior, unhealthy behavior, by telling excessive positive comments, like you said, and it's a very good example, Mira. Thank you for sharing it.
Okay, so هلا أنا I want to talk about the parents. إنه you act as a role model مثل ما قالت كارين ومثل ما قالت ساندرا كمان. So you have to know that the way you feel about your body has a powerful influence on your kids. So whenever you talk to yourself in a way, and whenever you treat your body in a certain way, your child's going to do the same. So when you look at yourself in the mirror, don't be like, oh my God, I hate my hips. I don't like the way I gained weight. Be careful. And it looks like a bit stupid when you say it. Maybe عن جد you don't care in 10 minutes, but at the end of the day someone recorded this and was like, oh my god, if my hips are fat so it's not good. وهيك, so عن جد it affects a lot. So one of the first thing I would really ask you to do is to reflect on your own relationship with your body. Before judging your kids, before feeling that they have a problem, look at yourself and try to see if you have a problem with your body, this would explain it. So be conscious of the message you're providing to your child, because you're leading by example. Anything you do, you're leading by example, the good things and the bad things. So you really have to be aware of that. Working on learning to respect your body will help them. Modeling a healthy acceptance about your body shape. And the thing is, we always talk about body. When we talk about body, we think about hips and belly, and but there are other stuff, your hair, your eyes, your smile. We can try to shift a bit the focus on other parts of the body, and this could be a good thing. If you feel now that you already commented a lot on your body, try to continue doing other stuff in life, your hands, your arms, and trying to focus on other stuff, other abilities. هلا كمان we'll go into that later. So really consider the message your child is going to hear whenever you say something. So whenever you're talking negatively about your own features or you're comparing body shapes. أنا بعد ما ولدت هي دغري رجعت أخذت وزنها، أنا بعد عندي شهرين ما رجعت، بعد في كرشة ومدري شو مثلا. When you say هاي بكره جسمي ما كنت هيك مبفوت بفستان عرسي. Who said you should أصلا؟ إنه So عندنا هول البريشر يعني ما بعرف ليه هن هون، بس إنه your child will hear that and will think that their self-worth is related to their body shape. I know that as a parent you know it's not, but this is the message that you're sending. If you're speaking regularly about dieting أو مثلا امبارح أكلنا بيتزا وكتير خبصت، خلص اليوم ما بقى أكل شيء، ماكسيموم باكل شوية لبنة بس خلص إنه رح سكر تمي مثلا. أو if I'm gonna لأنه كتير أكلنا هيدا الويك إند رح أعمل 3 ساعات سبور تروح يلي أكلته. كمان إنه your child will think that okay I need to do the same. أنا كمان أكلت بيتزا وأنا كمان كنت معهم during the weekend, so I'm gonna do the same. كمان شغله قالتها كارين, if you're commenting on other people's body shape, يعني let's say انتوا قاعدين يشوفي هي شو ناصحه، يشوفي هي شو ضعيفه، واو شو حلوه قد ما ضعيفه وطويله، هيدا. so commenting on people how they look, on body changes, on body parts. شوفي مثلا حلوه بس حرام قاعده شوفي شو بار، او وجهها كثير حلو بس انه حرام كرشها شو يعني. هول القصص انه عن جد they affect a lot, and they will think that your love will be affected in the way if she changes. If your daughter مثلا started growing up, has ما بعرف breast, gained a bit of weight with puberty, she will be really scared that your love will be affected because of her body and how it affected her body. If you have anything to add, like to share, it would be great to do it.
So نرجع نذكر الناس إنه please ask us your questions on the app in the Q&A وفيكم تسألوا anonymously. وهون ميرا يعني لكن أجينا أسئلة يعني حكيتي أشياء بتصير بكل بيت. So it's very common for us. يمكن كمان لأن إحنا مربينا عنا يعني كمان إحنا مربينا with a different concept of body image يعني ورتانين من محلنا كمان the same comments the same. so نحن عنا عقدنا وعم ننقلها كمان لأولادنا إذا ما انتبهنا. يعني this is where this session اليوم is very important ننتبه وقت نحكي وشو عم نحكي. سؤالنا لإلك إنه إذا واحد هيك مرة قال شي comment does it affect ولا يكون شيء
مرة لا إنه مرة كلنا إنه ما بننتبه يعني. حتى أنا يمكن أنا أكيد إنه مرة بنقول كلمة من هيدا مش مشكلة، بس هلا إذا قلناها ولاحظنا إنه فينا كمان we can correct ourselves إنه إيه أنا لقيتها ضعفانة لأنه ما بعرف أنا تحلت هيك حسيتها ما بعرف she looks fresher. إنه we can try to readjust. إنه عن جد it's not about one comment. حتى الأولاد مش it's not one comment. It's a mix of things. But usually it's a bit comments on yourself and then a bit of comments on someone else. إنه وكمان ما بتجي دغري بس منكم يعني. ما كمان إنه you are role models as a parent, بس كمان the kids they have other role models. إنه an aunt that is close, grandma, someone else, a teacher. So هول كمان they can affect. Let's say someone is into sports and love their coach مثلا, and the coach gives comment, but this is كمان a role model that is giving negative comment. يعني that كمان can affect the relationship with the body. So we'll have to see a bit of everything and try to mom or dad to really reframe the thinking try to connect with our child and try to understand and try to explain. We'll talk about this later anyway. بس هيك okay. هلا please everyone if you can take your phones, turn on your calculators and answer this questionnaire. So basically it's a budget image questionnaire and I would really like you to do it. So you have like the first question, I socialize less than I could. If you feel like you never do that, it's 0. If you feel like you do that from time to time, it's 1. Often 2, 4, always. So every question I need you to rate it. And at the end, this is what I'm saying on the calculator, you're going to have a score. If this score is higher to 25, it means you have a poor body image. So let's do it.
يعني هنا وعم بيجاوبوا يحطوا على الكالكوليتر دغري يحطوا الرقم بلس الرقم اللي بعده بلس بيطلع لهم إذا حدا ما عنده ورقة. وهون لازم نفكر بالأسئلة حسب من ناحية البادي إيمج. من ناحية كيف نحن بنحس عن جسمنا. إنه هل الجسم
حقريهم هيك بنعملهم سوا وهذا. اوكي ثاني سؤال avoid looking at myself in the mirror. مش يعني ما بتفرج على حالي بس مثلا إذا ميرا قدام مراية أو إذا هيدا هيك ما بنتبه وببرم. إنه this is avoid looking at. 3 feel uneasy among attractive persons. يعني when I'm out وفي عالم كتير حلوين وكتير هيك مرتبين وطوال وهيك مثل ما قلنا ثين وهيك إنه we feel very uncomfortable. 4 hide parts of my appearance I dislike. يعني حاسة إنه my hips are fat وبلبس قصص كتير large أو إنه I don't like my breasts so I put only sweatpants و sweatshirts. 5 don't buy new clothes لأن ما بدي أروح أجربهم وما بدي أشوف إنه نصحانة وما بدي أشوف جسمي كيف طالع وأصلاً خلص ما حأشتري إلا ما أضعف مثلاً. Am I going too fast or it's fine?
No, it's fine.
Okay, 6 avoid exercise, swimming or going to the gym لأنه you don't want people to see you in these clothes. 7 eat properly in public and make up for it in private. So practically speaking you go out to have dinners with your friends بتطلبوا سلاد وإنه أنا كتير بنتبه وهيك بس إنه at the end of it you go back home and then you eat a lot or مش a lot بس إنه you eat again لأنه ما شبعتوا بس إنه كلهم طلبوا سلاد وأنتوا حسيتوا حالكم غلط تطلبوا باستا فأكلتوا سلاد. Stay away from revealing clothes. 9 don't like to weigh myself. 10 blame my weight if someone has rejected me. 11 feel inhibited in a sexual situation. 12 get in a bad mood. هيك out of the blue يعني فقتوا you were in bad mood. It can be due to your body image. 13 feel bad when I think about how I looked when I was younger. 14 keep out of photos and videos. So you don't want your picture to be taken. بنفس الوقت كمان you don't want to look at photos. Consider cosmetic surgery for my shape. ما عم بحكي على الفيس، عم بحكي عن جد the body shape. يعني مش إنه lips وكده. Spend a lot of time thinking about what I wish I would look like. 17 recall hurtful things people have said about my appearance. 18 feel threatened when people who talk about my way about weight or dieting. So I always feel إنه خالد بحكي عم يحكوا عني وعم يسمعوني شيء وهيك. 19 get miserable when I look at fashion magazines. And 20 feel anxious when I think about going on holidays. I guess you've all done it. You can share إذا بدكم anonymously or لا your results, or if you want to ask a question about anything, come in, please go ahead.
رح نطلب يعملوا share anonymously لأنه فيهم يعملوا share. So if you can please share your results anonymously. هيك أو رح نعمل poll. we're gonna do a poll. مين طلع له أكتر؟ You can share your results or answer our poll.
هلا in some cases you might have a negative body image and you not necessarily like gave it to your son or daughter. You know, it's not the automatic. يعني maybe you have a poor body image but you didn't affect your kids, or you have a poor body image and then if you feel like your kids has a poor body image, maybe you're without knowing reflecting and your kids are reflecting on it.
Okay, so حطينا البول. You can answer the poll كمان. قد ايه منا أخذ less than 25 وقد ايه أكتر؟
ساندرا عملت التست؟
ايه أقل من 25. بس أنا اشتغلت على حالي لأنه كلنا عم نكبر we have body image issues يعني. أوكي لهلا الأكترية less than 25. Let's see. Give us a minute.
Yeah, definitely.
I like the examples لأن في أشياء ما بننتبه عليها يعني. Sometimes we might have issues with certain things مثلا حدا مثلا in the pictures منه مرتاح بس the others are okay. حدا مثلا at the beach so we can suffer.
It's on items also يعني ولا on items إيه.
I do this with my patients and it helps me see كمان إنه مثل ما أنت قلت basically if you divide it it's مثلا 4 topics إنه so it helps you focus on عن جد what's the matter إنه في كتير clothes مثلا هون about how you wear you get dressed مثلا في something else that affects your anxiousness your bad mood يعني عندنا كذا part so you can see which part is most إنه يمكن بيطلع لك أقل من 25 بس كلهم 4 على قصص on weight مثلا so
or related to social situations, for example, avoiding social situations.
يلا I'm checking the results. بعنا most people less than 25.
Okay, I'm going to continue and if anyone has a question or share.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So one of the things I would like to say بعدين it's we need to focus on health and not on weight. So whenever we try to promote, this is one of the steps we need to do in order to be healthy and in order for our kids to have a healthy body image. So promoting eating for nourishment and pleasure. Like do the groceries together. It will help you explain the benefit of certain foods. مثلا. Let's try this, let's try this. كمان whenever the studies have showed that when a person appreciates what their body is able to do, they feel better and have a higher self-esteem. So this helps a lot. Appreciating your body as a whole and as part إنه مش بس إنه مثل ما قلت قبل يعني إنه hips وبطن وهيك إنه كمان عنا شعر وعنا عيون وعنا غير قصص يعني. Teaching your kids how to get the energy they need to take care of themselves. مش إنه بس إنه بدهم يكونوا ضعاف. لا إنه what do you need to feel energized, to feel happy, to go into social activities.
يعني هون بس ميرا قبل ما نقطع بركي كارين you can هيك يعني فسرينا أكتر الأهل يلي بدهم يقعدوا مع أولادهم how to have this kind of conversation إنه it's more related to health. How can we يعني can you give us an example?
It's more related to health and not weight. For example, if my child is not eating enough fruits or vegetables, I will not tell him just okay لا تنتبه على إنه ما تنصح. It's more it will bring you, for example, vitamins and it's good for your health.
يعني هل بتنصحي كمان انه يكون في اشياء نحكي عنها مثلا او مسجنج معين انه السكر بضر او مثلا لا ما تكتروا من هالشغله لانه فيها كتير كيميكلز او شيء يعني should we label انه هاي منيحه هاي مش منيحه سكر is off the table sweets
I think it's Mira who should answer this.
No, and honestly like good food bad food is really bad.
Hey, good food bad food
As by saying
no.
high in chemicals no and too high in sugar وهول no don't eat them عن جد no. يعني بس what you can say is for example you want sugar okay مثلا have this piece بعدين بعد بدهم look you had a lot of sugar today it can hurt your tummy it's not very good for the health try let's have something else to eat we'll keep it for tomorrow بس هول فينا كمان نفسر we need to eat everything so مثلا you eat your vegetable مش لأنه ما بيطلع لك دسامة ما أكلت الvegetable خلاص بس you need to eat your vegetables you need to eat your proteins you need to eat your carbs as to be nourished للدماغ لتقدر تروح تلعب برا لتقدر to build muscles to grow up مدري شو لازم تاكل كل هول So this should be the message rather than هيدا شبعت اوكي ما بقى تاكل انه لا بس بدي اكل غير شيء لكن ما شبعت انه اوكي انه
قديش صعب نقول له خلص ما بقى تاكل اذا ما خلص صحنه.
اذا ما خلص صحنه وشبع عن جد we have to let him عن جد. The problem where you can work a bit is انه لا بس بدي ديسير او بدي شوكولا او بدي مدري شو عبنا شبعت هي اوكي بس انه never oblige the kid to finish their plates عن جد it's not good. يعني
بالاكزامبل ناس ما عم تاكل ما عندها مصاري تاكل وانتم بتكبوا الاكل
لا عن جد it's not good لأن
no this is a bad example.
سبق انه يعني you're pushing the kids to eat more than عن جد what they can eat. So عم بتعوديهم حتى لبعدين ياكلوا اكثر من ما فيهم ياكلوا وحتى تحسوا دائما they feel bad انه لازم اكل لانه في عالم ما بياكلوا. انا بشوفهم على كبر انه تربينا هيك فبيتعودوا دائما ياكلوا زياده ودائما ما يكبوا اكل ويصيروا هوفر التيبل انه لا انه بصير في غير مشاكل. بنخلي الاكل لبكره ما كمان عندنا تبرويرات وعندنا برادات انه بنخليهم وبكره بناكل الباقي مثلا انه ما ضروري نكبهم يعني كمان حرام انه ونحسس الولد بجلد فيلينج انه ما خلص صحنه انه نو عن جد.
يعني عم بقول اجين سؤال لكارين لانه نحن كاهل يعني انا بتصير معي انا كمان مع اولادي وي فيل ان اذا ما اكلوا رح يصير لهم شيء كانه لازم ياكلوا يعني فهون كمان يمكن كاهل كارين انه كيف نتخلص
من كيف سوري قطع الخط شوي كيف نتخلص
من هالعقده انه اذا ما خلصوا صحنهم او ما اكلوا او قفوا ميل they're going to start دايما هالخوف انه we get anxious اذا ولد قالنا لا مش جعان او ما رح يتعشى او في ميل بده يقفيه. فكيف كأهل نتخطى هالقصص؟
اوكي هي ديجا لازم نحن نساله انه ليش بدك تقفل الميل انه بركي رح يقول لكم انه انا وجعني بطني بركي رح يقول I'm full في something that bother يعني لازم دايما نسال هيدا السؤال instead of لا لازم تاكل لازم تتعشى هيدا مجبور انه تتعشى يعني we need to have a connection with the children يعني نحن لازم نطلع منهم الكلمات لأنه أوقات فيهم يقول لكم إنه لا إنه ما أنا I don't want to lunch لازم نسأله إنه ليش ما بده ليه شو عم بيحس it's important.
هلا Sandra I understand that when your kid didn't have food all day أكيد رح تعطي عليه هم وأكيد لازم ياكل بس إنه كمان بدنا نشوف بركي أكل قصص بالمدرسة مثلا أنت مانك عارفة
exactly
مثل بعد الظهر أكل بلا ما تعرفي شوكولا ومدري شو وصل العشاء ما بده يتعشى. فكمان انه the control should be بعدين او لا انه ما لانه اكلت كثير وتفسري له بركي منك جوعان لانه كثير اكلت فبليز بكره رح ناكل شويه اقل تنتعشى لانه البروتين بالعشاء والكاربز وهول اهم من مثلا انه كل شيء اكلته السكري اللي اكلته بعد الظهر. فانه بليز انت نجرب نتعشى مثلا يعني you can ما حيموت جوع من ورا one meal انه so بس نجرب كمان to take this opportunity in order to explain what's important for the health and what's not يعني كمان I think this
there's always a reason إنه why for example لاحظتوا هالchange in behavior إنه ليش ما أكل اليوم for example عشية إنه like Mira said it depends on what he said the reason so we look for the solving problem يعني بنجرب نشوف إنه من ورا شو.
هلا كمان في منهم ما بيحبوا الاكل يعني مثلا ما بحب هيدي الاكله و sometimes كمان it depends on parents some of them want to offer alternatives و some of them are like خلص او في هالاكل وخلص ما بتاكلهم انه كمان this is really up to you and I don't think there is a true or wrong انه ما في right or wrong خلص you do whatever you want you want to provide something else you can and I don't think it's right or wrong personally.
So عنا سؤال من الأودينس we are living in a society and to be more precise our families بيقولوا قدام أولادنا يشو ناصح ويشو ضعيفة even إذا نحنا كأهل كنا منتبهين عن الموضوع هن بيأثروا عليهم. شو فينا نعمل بهيك حالة؟ يعني حكيتي شوي ميرا مش بس مرات الكوتش مرات الناس المقربة كمان they give comments يعني غير الأهل.
أكيد
السؤال بعد شوي حطينا سلايد بس كرمال هيدا الشيء
حطينا سلايد بس كرمال هول القصص يعني how to respond إذا للكيد how اوكي سو رح ننطركم شوي ورح نجاوبكم بعدين لانه it's a very important question. Okay.
Okay, so Anna, I talked about health and food. Hala, I'm going to talk about the activities that we need to do together. لأنه body كمان is about the ability of what your body is be able to do, about discovering your body, feeling comfortable in your body. This is why I really encourage you to be active and take your child with you from an early age. يعني يعملوا سبار معكم تروحوا تتمشوا سوا هيك. What's great about walks in nature is that it puts كمان all the senses. يعني مثلا يشوفوا شو حلو هيدا، يشموا هاي، تعالوا ندوق مثلا هيدا الفواكه على الشجرة, the sound of nature, the touch. يعني this is really really important and it awakens all your senses and it's really important. So try to do that like regularly, family activities, cycling, dancing, gardening, swimming. Dancing, you can just do it at home. يعني كمان في قصص نحن نحسها صعبة، إنه شو حنعمل؟ قاعدة بس حطوا ميوزك ورقصوا. So this can be easy and it puts a good mood يعني. So it's very important. وكمان مثلا dance is really related to your body and how comfortable you are in your body. So if your kids are able to dance in front of you and you all dance together, it helps a lot self-esteem, a lot, because they're being able to to express themselves. Exactly. So كمان إنه we have to emphasize fitness in health too as an enjoyment. مش إنه سبور بدنا نروح على الجيم وما لنا جلادة ومدري شو. Let it be enjoyable ومش for weight loss. This shouldn't be the message. We do this for our heart, to feel in shape, to feel good, to breathe well, but مش for weight loss. I just want to mention a small thing about team sports. If your kids like team sports, it's a great thing because it encourages camaraderie, teamwork, competition, and you become master at some physical skills, and it helps a lot. Like, as a team, you help each other, you boost each other up, so it would be great if your kids like them. And something else, please, whenever you choose an activity for your kid, make sure that the coach مثل ما قلت قبل or the teacher has a bit the same values. يعني مش حتى تعمل باليه والمعلمة بعدين تقول لها لا لازم تضعفي لأنه باليرينا ما فيها تكون ناصحة. example ما بعرف هذا بس إنه make sure that the culture around it is not like that. ما حاول ما بقى تعملوا باليه لأن في عالم كتير بيحبوا الباليه بس تأكدوا إنه الانتوراج ما it's not promoting إنه يضعفوا مثلا للبنات especially. هلا what are the I would also like to mention what are the causes of an unhealthy relationship with food. لأنه usually an unhealthy relationship with food will cause body image issues, eating disorders. So dieting for you or your kids. So whenever you diet in front of your kids or you give diets to your kids, it promotes an unhealthy relationship with food. رح نبلش نقول هيدي بتنصح وهيدي بتضعف وهيدي ممنوعة وهيدي فيك تاكلها. خلص automatically عملنا unhealthy relationship with food. Commenting on eating behaviors. كتير أكلت وما أكلت زيادة وليه عم تاكل هيك وليه مدري شو إنه كل ما ياكل الولد بنقول له شيء. هيدا عن جد doesn't help. Concerned about weight أكيد. Body dissatisfaction, so body image. Rewarding with food. إذا درست وجبت نقط منيح رح أعطيك شوكولا وبسكي. عن جد this is like one of the worst things that you can do. I know that sometimes you find yourself in this position ومجبورين تعملوا هيدا الشيء وإذا خلصت صحنك بعطيك ديسير. عن جد I understand إنه نحن we're trying to give tips. At the end of the day practical life is not that easy. بس إنه قد ما فيكم don't reward with food. Reward with something else. Assigning moral values to food. بمعنى انه مثلا يا انه هيدي البوزه وقت باكل بوزه كثير بحس حالي غلط مثلا او انه لا هيدي مش منيحه يعني هيك labeling هيك some foods out of هيك for nothing انه كمان is not good. Exercise to compensate what you ate. Skipping meals to compensate. so خلص كثير اكلت ما بحق اتعشى. some food to comfort مثلا انه عندنا شوي هيك نحن انه بوبكورن مثلا بالموفيز انه ايس كريم when after a breakup you go you eat ice cream انه so كمان try to remove this idea. Restriction so no, when you restrict خلاص you're gonna overeat. labeling هذا
So هون إذا حدا من الأهل ميرا عم يعمل دايت should they diet silently إنه يعني
he can explain إنه أنا هلا مثلا إنه I'm not very comfortable. I would like هيك شوي إنه أرجع أضعف شوي لأنه هيك مش حاسة حالي مثلا ثقيلة شوي حاسة حالي إنه منفوخة شوي بدي انتبه شوي على أكلي بحس حالي أحسن يعني سبيت as simple as this no أنا هلا ماني كثير مرتاحة هيك إنه it's a feeling يعني let it be a feeling إنه how do you feel today I'm happy أنا ماني مرتاحة بدي أعمل هذا الشيء تحس حالي أحسن شوي. بس إنه في تكون كمان إنه بدي أتعب شوي. This is not the problem. The problem is more إنه كل شيء يكون حوالي هيدا الشيء يعني. بس أكيد as a mom إنه you can diet at home بس إنه not making a big deal out of it. أو مثلاً إذا عم تعملي دايت وأنت أكلت السلاد والولاد عم بياكلوا برجر ويقولوا لي طب ماما إنه كلي معنا شوي، إنه ماشي الحال، إنه فيك تاكلي 3 بطاطا إنه سافا. إنما كمان to be flexible when you diet a bit. not justement لما تعطي هيدا الإيماج إنه لا إنه extreme restriction.
dramatic. إيه إنه it's something that is dramatic and very.
You know, عادي we can try to lose weight, eat normally, we can cheat a bit, indulge a bit without feeling guilty. كمان إنه it's part of it. يعني كمان أنت تكون عم تهتم بحالك وبجسمك is not wrong. You know, as an idea, au contraire, ما إذا أنت بدك تفسري لأولادك إنه you have to take care of your body is beautiful وهيك. So it's still in this mindset. بس مش إنه لأنه بكره بطني وبدي روح فاضي. مش هيدا الديسكور. When it's time to eat and meal times, please, as much as you can, involve your child in planning, preparing, tasting the meals, and support your child. هذا حكينا عنها كتير دجا. Eat together as a family. Try to turn off the devices وتحكوا. يعني this time would be great to connect and talk to your kids. What happened at school? Was he bullied? Was she bullied? في شيء عم يزعجها؟ حدا زعجها؟ يعني هذا this time is really great to connect. So عن جد enjoy it. And avoid commenting please on how much your child ate, if they have eaten a lot. إذا ما أكل كتير بفهم يكون في شوي comment ما أكلت كتير كل بعض. بس كتير أكل حترجع تسكبي لا خلص بكفي. Please ولي عن جد لا. You make them feel so guilty وبنفس الوقت هن جوعانين obviously بدهم يرجعوا يسكبوا so جوعانين. So by telling them stop eating عن جد we're not doing anything. غير إنه نحسسهم بظلم ما نعمل شيء. Constructive أبداً. Let's try to find ليه جوعان. بركي ما أكل كل النهار. بركي ما بعرف. بركي في غير مشاكل يعني. Keep it to yourself and try analyzing the next day. مثلاً ليه إنه إذا كتير أكل بعد بركي في مشكلة صحية. بركي ما عم بياكل مزبوط. بركي في other reasons. مش إنه هيك بس بدي إنه غنج. This is not it. So basically when I say connecting with your child is acknowledging the reality of their feelings. So what you can do كمان, especially in puberty, and you know, I felt the same thing when I was going through that. I felt what you're feeling about your hips, and أنا كمان أنا فخت أو مثلا بركي كان عندي acne and فيها تكون كمان غير شيء. So I suffered it, but you know, it didn't take over my life. It brought me where I am today. I worked on other aspects of my life and trying to share your experience very openly because this helps a lot, a lot, and help them understand there is no one standard of beauty. إنه هلا كريم حترجع تحكي about this in detail.
Okay, so in the first part, شفنا the causes. What are the causes of a poor body image? Now we will begin to talk about the consequences of a poor body image. So, like I said, it can develop mental health disorders. So, one of them, for example, is the anxiety. وهلا رح أحكي specifically on kids, how we can detect the symptoms of anxiety in kids. Difficulty of sleeping, anger, lack of focus, avoidance, stomach and abdominal pain. We have the social anxiety. كمان في physical symptoms, بس the most importantly is the part cognitive فكري يلي بيكون موجود, the negative thoughts of being judged by others, and of course the avoidance of social situations. Low self-esteem. We cannot talk about a poor body image without talking about a low self-esteem. So children describe themselves in a very negative way. I'm ugly, I'm not smart, look at him, he's better than me. They are also too concerned about what other people will say about them, other people's opinion. And of course, they say frequently the word I can't. So a kid that is repeating, always saying, do this, I can't, I cannot, I'm afraid. So it's a kid that has a low self-esteem. Another one is mood disorder, specifically depression. أكيد avoidance of social situation that brings them to be isolated and everything, with negative thoughts بيكونوا غاطين بالnegative thoughts يلي هو بيكون أساس depression. Negative thoughts and black thoughts يلي it will lead them to self-harm. ليش؟ لأنه بالنسبة لهم it's their body, for example, that is the cause and the reason of why they are, for example, excluded from a group. It's why they are forced to listen to those negative comments. يلا ضعاف شوي، ليش انت هيك ما تلبس هيك. So for them it's their body. So this is why we see a lot of behaviors of self-harm when they have a poor body image. Of course, we have a disturbance in sleep pattern, loss of interest in activities they once enjoyed. For example, مثل ما ميرا قالت بالكوتش سباغ أو الجيرلز لما بيعملوا باليه، إذا قالت الكوتش أو قال الكوتش لا لازم تضعف شوي، ليش أنت عم تبلش تنصح، ما رح تلعب منيح فوتبول هيك. So رح يبلش يخسر هالinterest in this activity that he wants or she once enjoyed. وأكيد السادنس اللي موجودة بالdepression. There is another consequences هي body dysmorphia. هي a mental health disorder which is يعني بتبين كتير كيف الواحد he perceive himself and it's distorted، يعني distorted perception. يعني يمكن يجي يقول إنه نحن ما ننتبه على for example his nose bushy، يمكن هو بضل يطلع على المراية on the mirror it's very big, it's I'm too ugly. So this is a distorted perception. يعني نحن we cannot notice it. okay. وأكيد دايما بخلي الآخر وأهم شيء هي poor body image. It will lead in majority of cases to eating disorders. Eating disorder they can begin at the age of 8 or 9 لأنه مثل ما قلت children they see and they absorb everything they see or they listen. If they see their siblings or their parents عم ينتبهوا على their weight، كيف عم بيستعملوا for example steroids their siblings to have muscle. So من ببلشوا هيك بدهم يقلدوا، يعني الكيدز ببلشوا بيقلدوا، يعني التقليد هو أهم شيء. Okay, so it can degenerate into أكيد one of the two most important eating disorder هي الأنوركسيا and bulimia that will cause health consequences, delaying growth and puberty, causing nutritional deficiency, and of course diseases in extreme إذا بيستعملوا laxative and steroids without أكيد إنه يكون في medical advice.
كارين قد ايه بتشوفي كيسز عن يعني typically kids مش انه كبروا يعني وصلوا لعند ميرا to seek a dietitian's help.
Are you talking about kids أو بس adult؟
انه يعني وقت يكونوا adult عم بنجي لعند dietitian تنحل مشاكلنا، بنجي إذا عنا body image. قد ايه بتشوفي kids who while they are still kids really going through؟
لا بشوف كتير بيجوا أوقات مش أكيد poor body image، بيجوا أوقات بيكون self esteem أو ما بيحكوا كتير أو they are anxious. وبعدين بسمع أوقات إنه بسألهم إنه what are your activities at the age of 8 or 9 بيقولوا لي gym. I like to go to the gym and هيك prepare my muscles وهيك بيحكوا هيك من بعد. هيدي كتير موجودة. إنه how to defend themselves. إذا هيدا ضربني أنا كيف برجع بضربه. I need to have to gain muscle. هيدي كتير موجودة. بس مثل ما قلت نحن during the sessions نصير نشوف إنه they lack إنه of poor body image.
رح نحكي أكتر على self esteem how to build it شوي.
هلا هو usually كنا نحكي على self esteem هي لحالها بدها إنه session لحالها.
when they're struggling with extra weight or something that they don't like body specifically مش
لا أكيد. هلا رح نشوف how you can help your child build confidence اللي هي موجودة بالself esteem. So first of all, you need to explain to your child that each person is unique and that diversity is normal. يعني either way إذا هو عم بيسمع لأنه عم نقول له negative comments أو هو يكبر يعني لأنه السوسايتي يعني نبلش to understand everything when we are kids إنه نحن شو عم نسمع وكيف we see the situation, the society. So we explain to our child that each person is unique and diversity is normal. We encourage the acceptance of differences in him and in others. Okay, that it's something very normal, that nobody has no same shape. We have the same shape. Make your child aware of what his body allows him to accomplish. It's not something just physical. إنه my body is here, I need to treat him لأنه بيساعدني كل يوم. قوم امشي, to jump, to swim, to play a musical instrument, to play a sport. And it's not something to just a physical appearance. I emphasize the quality also and talents and strengths when you talk about yourself and others. يعني كتير مهم إنه conversation between adults إنه ما يكونوا دايما about bodies إنه ليك هو شو طولان ليك كيف هو وكل شيء يعني نقدر يسمع إنه qualities are very important. Okay. Compliment your child also. So for his personal qualities خليه هو يعرف إنه عنده قصص كتير مهمة يعني in his يعني to have to build in his confidence إنه أنا okay I'm known for my sense of humor. He is kind, he is creative, so he has a talent. If your child is preoccupied about his or her appearance يعني for example إذا بتشوفوا ولادكم إنه كتير عم بيشوف حاله بالمراية عم بيضل يقول ليش أنا مش مثل صاحبي بالمدرسة, invite him to talk with you and to يعني let him. هيدا كتير مهمة مش بس للبودي ايمج إنه الأولاد يكونوا يعرفوا إنه في باب بضل the door open is always open to talk and to confide in parents. It's very important talking for kids. Okay. Explain that the characters مثل ما قلنا on televisions they are creations إنه مش إنه دايما بدي أكون مثل إكس ليك كيف هو on TV. ليش أنا مش مثل بهالصورة, هي من عمري ليش هي عندها this kind of shape لما بتشوفها on social media. teach your child وهون يلي يمكن نحن رح نقول إنه teach your child to be assertive and to put boundaries when it comes to negative comments about their bodies and bullying. So encourage your child school also to address the issue. هيدا كتير مهمة to teach the child to be how to be assertive. يعني not to accept إنه حدا عم بيقلنا negative comments about our body. Let your kids wear whatever they would like to wear instead of dressing them the way you like them to. Okay. Behaviors to avoid.
criticism.
Oui. Ways to respond to criticism. So هون هيدي اللي كانت رح جاوب على السؤال يلي سألوه قبل. For example نحن إيه يعني we gave an example on how you can respond to certain criticism. For example, you have gained weight a lot of weight. What are you waiting for to start your diet? This dress is really not nice on you. It makes you fat. Why your child has gained so much weight? And sometimes it's not only the kid who received or the person who received the criticism. Sometimes it's the parents. So what we can say, for example, of response, it's sweet that you want to help. I realize that I do best when I don't focus, for example, on my diet. I'm more, for example, I focus on how I treat myself and my mental health. I'm more focusing on my mental health, and I want to treat, for example, my body with compassion and kindness. This is what is very important, and you can answer this. That I'm not focusing, for example, on negativity on body image. I'm focusing more on body positivity, and how I treat my body is important. Okay, for parents, for example, I give this example that you can take in. I'm trying to teach my kids that what matters, for example, the most is not how they are physical. So it's not how they look, but how they are, for example, from the inside side, and how they feel, for example, and how they are from their interior, for example, quality. Okay. So behaviors to avoid, مثل ما قلنا إنه قد ما فينا نتجنب نقول negative comments، كمان مش بس on our kids or the kids، بس إنه كمان on other people's body. مثل ما قلنا to force your child to eat all the food on their plates if they are, for example, full، مثل ما ميرا قالت. Criticize your own body shape and appearance in front of your child. Express a preference for certain type of body shape instead of focusing on appearance and weight. We must focus on what makes a healthy body. For example, you need to have a good sleep, to drink enough water. So هيدي اللي كنت عم بقول إنه لما ما بعرف عم بتلاحظوا إنه your kid is eating, for example, too much things, إنه to try and focus مش إنه رح تنصح. Maybe you know this is not a healthy lifestyle, for example, for eating. I mean, and to not judge your child. This is very important, and instead to listen to him, to his concern, and to give him support, and to give negative comments about your child clothing and style. إنه ليش عم تلبسي هيدا الستيل of jeans؟ ما عم بتشوفي كتير عم بتبيني ناصحة with these jeans. It's very important not to give these kinds of comments. Okay. When to consult, sometimes يعني فينا نلاحظ لما بيكون في, for example, a mental health disorder like eating disorder or big anxiety وكل شيء, but sometimes it's unnoticed. We cannot notice completely. مشان هيك أعطيتكم tips إنه إذا بتشوفوا إنه دايما ولادكم they belittle their appearance. They weigh themselves very often. They compare themselves, and sometimes when you talk around يعني parents انتبهوا كيف عم بيحكي إنه دايما بيقول عن حاله I'm fat, I'm ugly. ليش أنا مش مثل هيدا الشخص؟ ليش مني مثل إكس؟ أو بضل يقول لا شكلي صحت كتير بعد، يعني بضل and obsess of course about calories. يعني هيك كتير مهمة. بتعرفي مامي انت عم تاكلي هيك كتير في calories on it رح تنصحي، او they become nervous or irritable at meal time. So it is important انه تنتبهوا على هول القصص and to consult a healthcare professional. Questions?
أكيد هلأ رح ننقل على الروم. أكيد في أسئلة كتير يعني رح نجاوب عليها.
اوكي
رح نجاوب عليها بالروم. حابين نسمع كمان من الناس يعني specific cases. في عنا big attendance tonight, so we'd like to hear certain cases, questions عم بيعانوها. It's a very nice way to wrap up the presentation. كارين يعني آخر شيء حكينا بالbehaviors to avoid يلي كل الأهل لازم ينتبهوا لهم. ميرا آخر سؤال لك قبل ما ننقل على الروم. هيك quick question. إذا اليوم we are parents listening to you وعنا one of our children عنده مشكلة وزن زايد, where should we start, what to do, غير إنه نحن نبطل نحكي يعني غير إنه نحن to model a good body image, غير إنه to shift the conversation to a healthy one. Do we seek a dietitian? Do we let it go?
It really depends on the age of the kid. أول شيء
Okay.
يعني أنا when I have like kids بدي أقول للparents على 6 7 8 حتى 9 عن جد it's too young. يعني for me تفضل شوف الأهل ما إنه هن they're eating whatever the parents are giving them, مش إنه عم يظهروا هيك. So for me إنه عن جد we can مش treat the parents بس إنه نعلمهم كيف يحكوا معهم, لأنه I see a lot of adolescents at 16 17 مع eating disorders بلشوا diets على 9. So إنه عن جد مثل ما قلنا إنه هول البادي إيمج ببلشوا على 8 9. So عن جد إنه بفضل شوف الأهل. إذا the kid asked for it. لأن في كمان I have like 10-year-old patients هن بدهم يجوا لعندي، هن بدهم يروحوا عند dietitian يسمعوا منها. هيدا غير شيء أكيد جيبوها، وهيدا and that definitely. وإذا الولد ما بده، حتى لو عمره 13 14 وما بده يعمل دايت، بس الأهل بدهم إياه يعملوا دايت، كمان I don't recommend. يعني I recommend small steps. I recommend فيكم كمان انتم تجوا لحالكم كأهل، يجوا لحالهم نشوف كيف فينا نعمل indirectly، بس ما فيكم تجبروا حدا يغير جسمه إذا ما بده. I understand إنه the social aspect، وحتى إذا في كتير أهل بيقولوا لي أنا عتلاني هم صحتها مش كرمال إنه وزنها، عن جد I understand، بس إنه mental health problems and issues that can come because of that are way worse than إنه 3-4 كيلو زيادة. So إنه كمان let's keep this in mind، إنه عم يكبروا إنه في كتير قصص عم يتغيروا، يمكن هن بعد شهر يكون عندهم بكليك ويضعفوا لحالهم لأنه تعرفوا على شاب أو على بنت أو whatever، ما بعرف، بس إنه trust your kids كمان إنه in the process they're growing up with، إنه كل شيء يعني إنه so this is what I would like how I would answer the question.
I love it. Okay, نحن رح just we will I will share my screen بدنا نكفي الكونفرسيشن ورح نوقف تسجيل وننقل على virtual room. بهالvirtual room بنحب نذكر ال parents يلي عم يحضرونا إنه it's not recorded، وبالvirtual room you can listen in, you can ask your questions anonymously كمان، وفيكم تطلعوا live معنا إذا أنتم بدكم. So نحن ما بنسمع وما بنقشع حدا إلا إذا the parent would like to share and ask a question live directly. I'm just gonna show my screen قدامكم كلكم على on the mobile app on the menu. أتقشع my screen؟
لا
هلا
هلا
So قدامكم على الموبايل اب on the menu في كبسة اسمها rooms. You press on rooms وما في غير one room مخلوقة for this specific topic. We're gonna start the room now and continue our discussion هونيك. So please join us. نحن will stop the recording and move to the room with you. Thank you. يلا كارين وميرا see you there.